I've been attending wrestling shows for the past year or so, and they're really fun and they're super exciting, and it's something that I've been wanting to photograph. So I went in with zero reservations. I decided to just bring my camera, have some fun, and see what I get. And I wanted to start out by saying these photographs are not great by any means, but I think there's a little hint of something there and of something that could be. So the camera that I used for all these shots was the Rollei 35, and I shot all of them at f8 at 1/60th of a second because I wanted as much depth of field as possible so that way I can get as much of the action in focus. I shot these photos on T-Max P3200, and there's no meter in the camera, so I just shot at the f8 1/60th, and I developed for 1600. You can see that the photos are pretty underexposed. They're exposure-wise, they're not where I would have wanted them, but I'm glad I was still able to capture something, so it gives me an idea of what I can get with this lighting and those settings. Initially, I didn't intend to shoot these photos in black and white. I wanted to do color, but after looking at them, I think it kind of gives a different perspective to wrestling because we don't normally see it in black and white. And I did go into these with a couple goals. One of them, I wanted to capture the motion and the action, so I think the 1/60th of a second, on some of these you can see a little bit of motion blur, and I think that works great for the images. And another thing, I wanted to kind of tell the story in a single frame. I intentionally wanted to strategically capture the people's heads and them looking at the wrestling to kind of draw attention to where they're looking at and give like a whole frame of what's going on here and not just the action itself. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with what I got, and I do see it as an experience and a learning experience for what photographing wrestling is like, following the action. And I am going to another show in a couple weeks, and they said I can bring a regular camera, so I'm going to bring my Nikon SLR, so hopefully I'll get some better photos from that, and I'll take this experience going into that one. Going forward, I would love to have a career in photographing for professional wrestling in some way, so this is something that I'm going to keep pursuing. And let me know what you guys think of the photos. If you have any comments or criticisms, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you guys next time on The Negative.